Okay, guys. This one is going to be some animation TV shows I have. I have a lot, so bear with me because I don't know if I'm gonna do all of them. I'm gonna start off with some ones that I made myself. Um, downloading these. Um, First one is a kind of a ripoff of the Smurfs. It took me a while to download this and make these DVDs, but it was well worth it because I don't get the channel Boomerang, which really sucks, but maybe someday when I'm out of my own. This is the Snorks. I made this myself. I don't normally make the covers anymore because they're too much of a pain in the ass, but this is the whole series. It's on 4 discs. I think there were 70. I don't have the other disc with me, but I think there's like 71, 72 episodes, something like that. This one, no, I'm sorry, there's a shitload more than that because just on these 2 discs are 78 episodes. So I enjoy the show, so I'm glad I have that. Another one I made is, which I haven't finished doing these. I should though. Is the first season of Kim Possible. This is one of those rare shows that I still enjoy, like, a newer cartoon series that I enjoy. This actually isn't the whole season because for some reason the program I was using wasn't letting me burn the other episodes. It's 19 episodes, and then I made a second disc of the 3 Kim Possible movies. So, last bootleg one that I have that I made a while ago is the Flintstone Kids. This is 2 discs that I made. It's got 37 episodes. I don't think that's the whole series, but I kind of made a little back to it too. So yeah, I don't remember, I had 20 episodes I think, and then I made a second disc with 17 more episodes. So yeah, I mean, I like the show. It's not on DVD. The 3 that I just showed you aren't on DVD yet. Alright, let's get into some of the real DVDs I have now. First one up, we have Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. This is the first one. I never bought the second one because, to tell you the truth, when I bought this, it wasn't as good as I remember it. I remember watching it as a kid, and then I remember watching reruns of it before I'd go to school, like 7 in the morning, something like that, on USA. They had a block on USA called Cartoon Express, and this would be one of the shows, and, it's okay. I don't know, I'm just not really a fan of it anymore. Next up, one of the big staples of my childhood. I love this show, and I still do. Animaniacs. I have all 3 volumes. I'm not going to bring them all over here, but I have all 3 volumes of this. This show is really, really, really good. It's fun to watch it now because there were a lot of jokes that were just way over my head as a kid, and that's the way cartoons are now, and I'm sure they always have been like that. Where the jokes are just over the kid. I mean, Ren and Stimpy was probably the biggest one, and SpongeBob even today, has a lot of jokes that are over kids' heads, and that's what makes those shows enjoyable. Next up, we have Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. I remember watching this when I was like 4 or 5. This show was a lot of fun, and still is. I remember I watched all the episodes in this one. I have the other volume, but I haven't watched all the episodes on that yet. So this one's enjoyable. I like the older Disney cartoons. I'm just not a big fan of Tailspin. Speaking of Disney cartoons, let's move on with the next 2. This one is Darkwing Duck. This show I had, tell you the God's honest truth, I knew of it, but I had just never watched it as a kid, so when I bought this, I had never seen the show before. And this is actually a very enjoyable show. Very funny, just entertaining in general. I have the second volume also of this. And another Disney cartoon we have here is probably my most favorite Disney cartoon, and that would be DuckTales. I was a huge fan of this show in the 90s, or the late 80s, early 90s. I had originally had bedroom curtains. I'm sorry, I looked up because that's where my windows are. I had bedroom curtains my mom made for years. I don't remember. I recently took them down maybe 4 years ago. And I went and saw the movie. I remember remember to go and see the movie in the theater, and it was a big spectacle there. But I really, really am a fan of this. I have the other 2 volumes of this also. Also, I joined the Disney Movie Club just so I could get the movie on DVD, because that's the only way you can get it on DVD right now anyway. Next one is Garfield and Friends. I used to watch the show religiously as a kid. Every Saturday morning I'd watch this. And this was on for a long time. I didn't realize how long this had been on. It was on for 10 years or close to it, I remember. Because I remember it still being on when I was in junior high or going into high school, something like that. And yeah, I have all 5 volumes of this, and then most of the single disc releases also. Next up, I'm going to talk about this one, and then I'm going to mention all the other Hanna-Barbera ones that I have. This one is the Jetsons, the first season. It's actually the only season from the 60s, and then there was a new series in the 80s that they call the second season, but it's totally... I mean, it's... Never mind. Anyway, yeah, I got this. I also have every ScoobyDoo Hanna-Barbera release. I have the Flintstones. Actually, I can grab that. It's right here. I have the Flintstones complete series. I had originally started buying these in their season sets, but then I just gave up and decided to buy the whole series. And this is well worth it. I'm glad I bought this. I paid about $100 for it, so it's not that bad. Next up, we have another WB cartoon, Pinky and the Brain. I also have Tiny Toons up there. Pinky and the Brain I wasn't that big of a fan of. I mean, it's an enjoyable show, but I liked Animaniacs and Tiny Toons a lot better. And then the last one I'm going to talk about today is, I'm going to mention some of the other ones, but this is the last one I'm going to talk about today, and it's the original Pokemon, the original American Pokemon. I got into the show late because it started in 98. I think I was 14, maybe 97, I was 13, whatever. I was a teenager when it started, and I still watched it like religiously for 3 or 4 years. I have this one. I have the second volume of this. I haven't bought the third volume or the Orange Island ones because I really stopped watching after this series. So I tried watching recently, and I have no fucking clue what's going on because it's got characters I've never heard of doing weird shit. I don't know. Other cartoon series I have, which I don't actually have with me right now, are like, I have a lot of the Alvin and the Chipmunks DVDs. I have almost all of them. I'm just missing 2 of them, I think. I have the He-Man series, the New Adventures of He-Man, the She-Ra series. I don't have the 2002 He-Man. I didn't like that show. I have South Park, Simpsons, Futurama. That might be it. From what Ninja Turtles I have. I have almost all those. I'm just missing 2 of the seasons. So, yeah. And I got the Powerpuff Girls complete series. Actually, I can grab that too. Just recently bought this. I love this show. I had bought the first season and they stopped releasing them and they just decided to release it all like this, which is fine with me. Because this is a good show and I'm glad I have it. So that's pretty much it for cartoon TV series that I have. So, I also have not Power Rangers, but I have that. That's not a cartoon series. No, I have Transformers, which is right there. I don't feel like grabbing it, but it's a tin that has the whole Generation 1, the whole series. It was from China or something like that, but it's Region 0, and it plays on TVs here, so I got that, and yeah, that's about it.